Good evening. Welcome to the Mancunian way. Welcome to Mr. Happy Clappy Me. Because I've been called that tonight, Rich. I'm very happy clappy, apparently.
Have you?
Yeah. So, good evening, Rich. How are you? Good morning, should I say?
I'm good. Yeah, a little bit tired because it's one of those middle of the night games, which 2:30 kickoffs never good. A little bit of sleep before, a little bit of sleep after, but yeah, I'm. But it was almost the same this morning as it was last night. It was kind of a game that didn't settle anything.
Well, Salah's put, we are so bad. I think it's time to focus on Champions League FA Cup. We're not winning the Premier League. It's your opinion, mate. I don't agree, but it's your opinion. I'm going to stake to it's your opinion. Still winning the treble, says FIFA. No, but 5 trophies then. Just good evening, says Arsenal played like prime Atletico Madrid. Mark Lundy, Liverpool firm favourites for the title now. Still, I thought we did decent today. We controlled the game. Got to remember, Arsenal be smashing teams for fun, and we made them just still defend a lot for a lot of it. Top 3 teams are all amazing this season. Even City don't win the title. It's still been a great effort and performance by Pep and the lads. Credit to Arsenal and Liverpool as they'll make City better. Should have watched paint drying in the game, but I'm not complaining. What a brilliant result. I'm loving the look of the league right now. I bet you are. Jack Lee's put most boring game this season, embarrassing and absolutely disgusting. I nearly had a fight with a 60-year-old Blue because he didn't like that I congratulated an Arsenal fan on the draw. Hello, fellow Trouble. Not the result, not the end of the world. Sorry, go on, Rich.
It's amusing the sheer variety of opinions, isn't it? It's I can see why the only people who could have really enjoyed that game would be people who are incredibly into the deep tactics of football, because it was just a ridiculously tactical game. But I don't know how anyone could be particularly doom and gloom about it. That, the fact that Arsenal, to me, there's 2 ways of looking at the game. One is that Arsenal came with a plan, which was to not concede, get at least a point and score a goal in the last 10 minutes like they did the first time. And they came and played like a world-class relegation team. Like, that's how relegation teams play against us, but Arsenal did it. But they did it brilliantly. You can't fault the quality, and they didn't tire in the last half an hour and let us score 4 goals like happens there. Or and that's, or you can look at it as Arsenal just came for a 0-0, and that's disappointingly lacking in ambition for them, because ultimately, if Arsenal lose the league title by 1 point and they didn't even try and win today, that's going to be something they're going to all regret for the rest of their lives. That said, if they win the league by a point and they came to play like that, then it was genius. But it's one of those games where everyone defensively on pretty much on both sides played pretty well until you got into that really attacking part of the game where, no one, we were better after the subs, but no one, played particularly brilliantly.
Belly, thank you for being a member for 2 months. And also, Belly has gifted a Mancunian Way membership as well. So thank you for that. My voice is really going. I've been screaming at the game today. Mingy Wong, good evening. I also parked the bus. Did you not notice that? I did. Aki's last 4 injuries, all hamstring. I wonder what the latest is. Johnny on the bench. What was the point in that? Person on the bench. More chance of Mike Summerby coming on. We really had it 2 up in the second half and we didn't. Can't see us winning the league now. It's happened way too many times now this season. I thought we did up it second half.
Yeah.
Arsenal players. It's really good because there is a mix. Some are saying even sell KDB. He's crap. Time is done. Some are saying spineless performance. Others are saying, so where are you at with this, Rich? Because I'm not saying anything anymore because I get happy clapper.
I think we are. I think it was a good performance in the sense that we controlled the game, we passed well, we didn't make many defensive mistakes. We just lacked that little bit of magic in the final quarter. But had we, had Ake scored that goal and Haaland got that one late on, we'd have been talking about it like a performance from last season because it was utter control. We totally shut them down, but we just did not create chances, and that was the frustrating thing, because last season we controlled like that, but we actually created the chances. But I don't think anyone can call it a rubbish performance. But I thought the centre backs.
Even Alan.
Alan can't call it a rubbish performance. He can call it a rubbish. He can call it rubbish at creating chances, but they defended as well as I've seen anyone defend at the Etihad. They defended fantastically.
It's hard for pedestrians to get around park buses.
Yeah, and
it was. I just thought. I thought Arsenal's tactics were spot on. To be fair, I thought they defended brilliantly. I thought they came to do a job on us, and they did. And we didn't really look like we were going
They didn't do a job on us. They did. Yeah, Alan, there's no way they could have wanted a draw.
Everton had come to town, Alan.
A draw could cost Arsenal the league. They could lose the league by 1 point for not trying to win a game. I think they were trying to get goals on the break. I think we just smothered them. They defended brilliantly, but they did not execute whatever their plan was. They couldn't execute the attacking half of it.
Yeah, I agree with you. When they got the ball, they weren't great. But I must admit, I shit myself in the last 5 minutes when Trossard got the ball and ran through on us. I went, "Oh shit, no!" And he chose to hit the keeper rather than just put a square ball in, and we lost 1-0.
That was Akanji got back. Yeah, Akanji ran him down. It was Akanji got back, wasn't it?
Oh,
he made up 2 meters on him. That was Carl Walker defending from Akanji as well. Like, he should have squared it, but the defender got back brilliantly.
I know.
Got back brilliantly.
But I just thought, I just listened to Martin's stream before with LB on Twitter. I was laying in bed listening to it, and there's a few good points in there. A few were over the top, but there was a few good points. I think it's a combination of things. I'll be honest with you. A game we've got 4 points out, where last year against the top four, where we had 16 points last year against the top 4 teams, right? And I would like to know how many games in tight games last season Gundogan won us the game, right? There's a lot where he's gone out winning, and then type of games like today where teams are defending, Gundo won us the game by either a good pass or breaking them down or scoring a winner and broke them down. And we just don't seem to have a player like that this season. I think losing him and replacing him with the players that we did hasn't worked. It just hasn't worked.
But I'm not sure. I'm not sure there's a player you can replace him with. That's the problem. I think Gundo. I think Gundo was the best midfielder in the world of that. I mean, he was clearly one of the top 5 midfielders in world football last year. So, he and of a certain type. He's not the De Bruyne and he's not a Rodri. He's he's got little elements of both his own elements.
He has a knack of ghosting into the penalty area.
No, I think but I do think that was it because of his age. It was inevitable anyway. Like we're worried.
I agree. At some point, he's going to go. But I think
we need to find that player.
The number one job for the recruiters and the scouts this summer is to find someone similar, and because the way we play the game and the way we pass, we need someone who can do that. similar. I'm not saying as well, but similar. Because Kovacic doesn't ghost into the penalty box.
No.
He nearly scored today with a good long shot, but he doesn't. He just doesn't do it. And Kevin De Bruyne is Kevin De Bruyne. We know he's a brilliant player. And to be fair, he didn't look fit to me today. He did not look.
Kovacic was playing third centre back for most of the game anyway.
Carrying an injury.
He was standing. Kovacic was standing between.
I know.
Yeah,
it was to make sure we don't concede.
Yeah, but that was interesting.
I was
just laughing. I just think
that it's going to be very hard for us to win the league this year. I really do. From now, we're now counting on Liverpool and Arsenal to lose games, and I can't say. I might see one of them dropping points, but not both. Not both. And Liverpool
I think if we win our next 9 games, we win the league. I've got no doubt about it. I think they're going to drop the minimum of 5 points.
Wednesday's not going to be easy. Wednesday's not going to be easy because they destroyed us last time we played them. Villa.
Yeah.
They should have put 5.
I think Chelsea, Arsenal, not Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, they're going to drop 5, 6, 7, 8 points between now and the end of the season. I think there's going to be at least 2 games each. They don't win, possibly 3. So we've got to win. We've got to go out and win 9 games. And if we win 9 games, I'll be surprised if we don't win the league. Very surprised.
So, well, what is this crap? Sorry, Jack, I'm pulling you on this, mate. It's your opinion. I agree. Positivity is destroying the club. Total opposite, mate, because the players and Pep are talking about the actual negativity destroying atmospheres.
The club. Yeah, it's the negativity.
I know that for a fact, Jack.
Yeah. There's never been anything destroyed by positivity.
You've got it the wrong way.
Things are destroyed by negativity.
It's the negativity that the players and the manager are sick of.
Yeah.
Pep wants more backing. The players want more backing.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. It's not helped this season with KDB being out for 5.5 months.
Yeah. You can see, and that's
It's not helped.
You can see one thing.
John Stones is fit 1 game, injured for 4. Fit 1 game, injured for 4. It's been like that all season with him, and that's not helped either.
I'm gonna carry on.
I think your point on and Pep's point on the fans is, I think, unfortunately, the Arsenal and Liverpool fans are 10 times more desperate for the title than our fans are. So they are going to get.
I don't know, Rich.
They're going to get stronger screaming in their games towards the end of the season. I think we ultimately, when you've been feasting for a long time, the extra course is never going to get people quite as excited as if you're starving, like they have been football wise in recent years, particularly Arsenal. But it's funny because there's a whole lot of things, like if everyone had been told that Guardiola was going to keep Saka in his pocket and play a better attacking game than Saka did, none of us would have necessarily believed that. But
I think he's done all right.
Saka was in his pocket.
I think he's the only one. I think Guardiola's the only one that you would say is ticked from the transfer window. The rest of them have been either massively inconsistent or not good enough.
I thought Doku was good today. I thought he came on. I thought he was waltzing past. Yeah. Well, it doesn't disagree with me. I think we'll
bloody good job. Haaland still thinks that, innit? We've done it once, we can do it again.
Yeah. You write off titles when you're Thomas Tuchel and you're 13 behind.
Exactly.
The former team of Europe with 8 games to go. We won the league 8 points behind with 6 games to go. We've won.
Listen, Martin, don't have a go.
Alan, stop. Do not shout at me. I've allowed you to talk for 15 minutes uninterrupted. I've allowed your opinion. Do not shout at me, please. Have some respect.
All right. Well, I've just listened to your other stream on before, and they were damn sight more negative than me.
What was I?
Well, you were quiet. You didn't want to say. I could see your face. So.
What's FC's gone 3-1 Villa, 0-0 Palace, 1-0 Madrid.
I think there's a bit of work to do in the summer. This
No,
summer.
I'm going quiet because I don't know what fans want anymore, Alan. And it's nothing against, listen, LB and everyone else, all their opinions. This is my opinion. If people don't like it, that's fine. Don't watch. I'm not going to change my opinion. I didn't start supporting this club for trophies. I supported this club through love. The trophies are a bonus. All I said was, and I've always agreed on, was as long as we're challenging. We're 3 points off the top. We're challenging.
I agree. Yeah.
We're 23 games unbeaten. We're challenging. We're in a semi-final of an FA Cup. We're challenging. We're in a quarterfinals of a Champions League. 18 months unbeaten and scored 3 goals in every game this season in the Champions League. We're challenging.
Yeah, and I think, I don't think you can call that.
I don't know what fans are wanting anymore.
Well, I don't know how you can call it the worst performance at home in a long time. We're playing.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Probably we're playing.
You've got to
maybe.
Good side.
In European football today, I'd say, you could possibly argue Bayer Leverkusen are the best form team in Europe, but Arsenal, without doubt, playing better football than any of the teams, any of the Champions League teams, any of the teams I've seen this season. And they came, and yes, they created a couple of chances, but they actually sat back. They sat with 8 people in their area defending, and their one-on-one defending was really good. They kept the players quiet. They stopped decent balls getting in, so that the crosses went in space, and they were really organised. And and the referee, wasn't loads of dreadful decisions. I mean, there were some that weren't debatable that should have been yellows, like Declan Rice's when he, put his foot halfway between, KDB's knees and his knackers to pull him down, but. And, a card-happy ref would have shut down some of Arsenal's shenanigans, but they weren't. It's quite funny. I was chatting with a certain centre-back for City. He was laughing. He was saying, none of them are yellows. None of them are yellows. And because
I didn't know Arsenal had to get a yellow card. We were joking about it.
Well,
I've not
obviously,
seen so many challenges go unbooked. Mark Fogg, thank you for gifting 10 memberships. You are a legend, mate. Thank you so much.
But you just, I
thought Arsenal defended brilliantly, and they were massively organised.
And so were we, though.
At all.
So were we, though. And that's the thing.
We
completely stopped
but
Arsenal.
Talking like we were up to shit, that I disagree with.
No, we stopped Arsenal completely. No team has stopped Arsenal like that this season. We just completely. Arsenal could not get out of their half. They were resorting in large chunks of that game to clearing it straight back to Ruben Diaz or, clearing it straight back to Akanji. They just could not play. And that was us, not them. But they let us play until their box.
They've not conceded a goal against us this year, which is good. How many teams do that? How many teams do that?
Not
2
many.
games, 0 goals. Not many.
Yeah.
Not many. And really, I knew after about 70 minutes that we're going to really struggle to score. It was going to take something lucky for us to score.
Well, it was going to take something lucky, or it was going to take Gvardiol or Rico, because at times they were the ones who looked most likely to get in space and do something. But you can't be relying on your fullbacks, especially when you've got eight of their defenders around the box. I must admit,
Rico Lewis did well when he came on. Looked very good.
Yeah, he did because it was more of an attacking game, and he's a people go on about that player who was anonymous against us for United as the second coming, but Rico Lewis is a very, very underrated footballer. He's a bit forgotten about.
I mean, Jack, do you not think we are fighting for the league?
He played well.
Yeah, Jack likes his hyperbole, Martin. You don't need to take it too literally.
Yes, man, but you thought, no, I don't. Listen, I've said that's your opinion, Harry. But I know the club don't like the negativity. They want the fans to get behind. And the other thing, Harry, is it's your opinion. I don't have to agree with it. As it's your opinion, I'm allowed my opinion. I don't agree with it. We've won 2 trophies. We're 3 points behind. It's like we're not going to win the title every year, Harry. I don't understand it a little bit. I do find it a little bit, what's the word? A bit, expectations have gone a bit through the roof. That's all. Am I not allowed that? Am I not allowed my opinion on that? That's all. No, some will agree. The thing is, when as much as Harry is saying, well, we're being told negative, I go in streams and get called a happy clapper and I'm ruining the club. So is that okay as well then, or is it just not an opinion? If City were on a backfield on a Sunday morning in League 77, I'd be there. Alan might smile more if we were down there. Anyway,
I'd love to have had this channel going and see what Alan was like.
Jesus, can you imagine this channel in League One? My word.
Well, we've turned into what we always took
That's
the
my
piss
point,
out
Rich. This is what I say to Alan all the time. Alan used to slag United fans off, rotten, absolutely called them spoilt brats, entitled pricks, blah, blah, blah. And Alan's become them.
I still do.
But you can't, because that's how you talk now.
But Alan's like that on all sport. There's it's feast or famine, Martin, with Alan. You should see him when he's talking about cricket. It gets even worse because that's his true love is cricket. And he wrote Jimmy Anderson off after one bad over when he was about 32, and the guy's played another decade.
Yeah.
Spoilt City fans.
Listen.
Hang on, let me read Elliot's comment. Spoilt City fans turned against everything we hated. Opinions are great and everyone has them, but fuck me, we haven't half turned into Rags 2.0. Great channel, big up Rich and Martin and Nunes lover.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, Elliot. Good man.
Yeah.
So it's not just me. I'm not the only happy clappy. Rich is happy clappy.
Yeah,
you are.
Time.
You are happy clapping, Martin, big time.
But you become Rags 2.0, Alan.
Yeah.
No,
I've never seen.
You have.
I've never seen the point. I've never seen the point of not being happy.
It's your opinion, Alan. You're allowed to be like that. It's your opinion. I'll be honest. The atmosphere near me was decent.
I just think we did.
I still think we're going to win it. So
No.
I do. I think we're going to win the league, but I get cold deluded. I think
that.
I said it to you a few weeks ago.
Listen, I think
points get dropped. Points get dropped.
Martin, I hope we win the league, but I don't think we will.
And that's your opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I did. Look, Matt Lundy's put another spin on it because we talked about a lot of the negatives. Arsenal have been killing teams, even Liverpool at times. Today we stopped them. We need to.
Arsenal destroyed Liverpool,
but we can improve in the final third. A lot of people have been having to go at our defenders this season. I sit in the Etihad, I'm 5 yards away behind the goal. Yeah, 5-10 yards away. Trust me now, Arsenal were throwing bodies everywhere to stop shots going in. There was 2 of them shots. If the Arsenal player went to block them, they were going in top bins.
Yeah, I think the other thing that people forget
can't look at just
is
one shot on target and go, that's the end of it. You've also got to give credit to Arsenal's last defending. Because at one point, he had 6 men on the line.
But Martin, you've got to give credit to our defending. Pep would have gone 2 weeks ago. Pep would have been sitting there in his head thinking about the team for Arsenal. He would have been thinking, we're going Walker, Stones, Diaz, Ake. And in the 2 weeks and in the first 10 minutes of the game, he had to take out 3 people from that defence and play a team with 3 different players in defence. So totally rip up the plan, you know, and he even had to rip up the plan in the game. And we still defended superbly all game. The defenders all played well. Guardiola and Lewis were two of our shine-outs, but you can't knock the way Akanji came back at the end to get Trossard, the way Diaz organised things. We can't complain, and that is that's the foundation of the team, completely ripped up from what the plan would have been. Because I bet you, had they all been fit, Walker, Stones would have started, and we'd have had Ake left back, and Guardiola, Lewis, and Akanji probably wouldn't have played. So we had to do that, and I don't think that gets credit. I think, you know, we all question Bernardo. I thought Bernardo was really good all game. I thought
Bernardo was very good today.
He was, you know, I think the best of our midfield and attackers. So I think there's a load of. Plus, I thought De Bruyne wasn't bad. He just a little bit off.
Is anyone surprised Foden went off instead of De Bruyne? Because I know about it. Yes, criticise. Constructive criticism is fine, but some of the criticisms going overboard.
I thought De Bruyne.
That's the. Come on, we're not, because we wouldn't be where we were in every competition, mate. There's a like I said this on LB show, A to Z. Some are going from A to Z very, very quickly. We've got. It's the way the criticism's coming out.
I thought the only sub that did surprise me a little bit is I'm a little bit surprised he didn't take.
I thought Foden
Erling off,
gone centrally.
Yeah. I would have almost been tempted to take Erling off with 20 minutes to go and go false 9, whether that was Foden or whether it's Alvarez.
Yeah.
But shake something up a little bit more. But then Grealish and Doku, I thought came on and played quite well, and so you know, obviously kept Haaland on because possibly, but he actually kept the ball and he did get into their box. I mean, you know, that was the most impressive thing about Arsenal's defending is there was a couple of times our players had the ball in the box between their feet, and against any other team they'd have given away a penalty. And the Arsenal fans did not once commit to a rash tackle and give us a penalty because the amount of time, especially in the last half hour, tired bodies in the box, we would have got a penalty against every other team in that league.
I need to do this super chat, Rich and Alan. I'm out £2. Thank you, mate. Haaland was getting pelters today at the ground. Haaland wasn't great today, did okay. I maybe would have brought Alvarez on with the last 25 minutes maybe, or changed it a little bit. I think he will change it on Wednesday, personally. I think Haaland maybe miss Wednesday.
I don't think Villa will go. I don't think Villa will play half as defensively.
See, now, plot.
And that's the thing. Haaland had no space.
I agree with this, but in a different way. This fan base needs a big wake-up call, like a defeat, and people will realise. Don't want one at all. But the thing is, I want that because fans need to realise, plots, that you're not going to win every game and every trophy, year upon year upon year upon year. I've said this, it's not a video game. People will realise what a drop-off is when Pep Guardiola leaves.
Oh, yeah, massively.
That's when you'll all realise what a drop is. Now, I'm not saying we can't challenge, because yes, we are challenging. This is my thing. It's not like we're first, fifth, or sixth here. We're challenging. We're 3 points behind. That is it. We've 27 points to go for. We are 3 behind. Call it 4 with a goal difference.
Yeah. I would say it's 4.
We're in the semi-final of an FA Cup, the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We've played Arsenal, who've been telling us all week they're going to smack us 4-0. They're the best team in Europe. And Arsenal have been fantastic. Do you know what we're scared to do as City fans? Give opposition a little bit of credit. Because we don't have a God-given right to turn up and steamroll anybody.
Arsenal played well.
Yeah.
You got to earn it. Today was 2 top teams cancelling each other out. Simple as. It's advantage Liverpool. Like SMS has put it, just wait when Pep leaves, there's going to be a drop-off and some fans will lose the shit.
Yeah,
we are one result from no chance in the league. So you want to win the league 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years on the bounce then? Go and get FC 24 out, because that's how you'll win it doing that. Carry on. That's what I mean. There's going A to Z on it. I don't get it. Criticise, but constructive criticism.
Yeah,
I do think we need to get our targets this year and recruit intelligently in the summer. I think that's a definite this year.
But Alan,
Definite.
I've already heard people say they're not happy with some of the targets we've been linked with. You are never going to make everyone happy on signings, because some want the big names.
No, it's not necessarily
Jack,
big names.
It's getting culture. It isn't cancel culture, Jack. It's your opinion. As much as you're telling people not to slag you off, you stop slagging other people's opinions off, Jack. Works both ways.
Yeah, it's certainly not what cancel culture is, disagreeing with someone.
Jesus.
Not letting people disagree. Yeah. Might be cancel culture.
You talk about Calvin Phillips' middle finger to the West Ham fans.
Good on him. Good on him. Good on him. Good on him. Twice.
When did we last? See, this is what I mean. When did we last destroy a team? Because we want 5-0 every game.
And certainly, people talk about City bottling it. Bottling it. If you're talking about City and bottling it, you must be talking about Leicester City, not Manchester City. We've been up there the whole season, really, fighting for it. And I thought working our backsides off. And some of those players have played. I was saying this about Bernardo the other day when, I was doing my Bernardo love. He's played 50-odd games, 55, 60 games, 4 seasons on the trot. He's just not had any break. And yet he's still turning up like he did yesterday and playing like he did yesterday. I think, it's incredible. I mean, no wonder if he wants a bit of a holiday on the Mediterranean or on the South Atlantic or something. I mean, the boy just works his backside off for City, and then has to listen to. Well, maybe he doesn't listen to it. He's probably changing nappies, but the fans complaining about it. It's like, I mean, all City did wrong today was they didn't create enough crystal clear chances to finish.
Yeah,
because they stopped the best, probably the best the form team in European football from playing. They stopped Odegaard, they stopped Saka, they stopped Jesus, they stopped Havertz, they stopped all of them. Rice was left to playing his defensive role, and even Rice, who has been fantastic this year, was misplacing clearances and passes from the back because he was being forced to try and ping 30-yard balls from 5 meters from his own line. And we did that brilliantly. What we didn't do, and where Arsenal did what they did brilliantly, was once we got into that box and around that box, they played superbly, and we were not able to get the shot off or get the cross off because they had the players covered. They didn't make rash challenges. They didn't make mistakes. They had the crosses covered. And even when we beat them, they had a second man ready to come in and stop it. And that was superb. And that was a bit Atletico Madrid like, in that, you know, you had to be we had to do something absolutely perfect, you know, to score against them. The one player he did shake it up a little bit was Doku, because I thought Doku, a couple of times, because of his pace, had the ability to get behind his two men. But
he's got no end product. He's got no end product.
And it wasn't, you know, it had to be world class end product today. You had to have someone like Messi there because they were defending so well. Even if you put in a really good ball, the chances are an Arsenal player was getting to it first.
Yeah, the atmosphere. Listen, the atmosphere was fine there, me today. We were all.
There was a lot, mate. I must say, the front row of your stand to your left, it will be a row of about 25 young kids in half and halves. So that was just to your left.
It was half and halves all over the stadium, Alan.
Dear me, what is going on?
Who buys them? Who buys them?
You stop doing the stand bit. It's all over the stadium. So please stop.
But who buys them? Because I've never met anyone who'll admit to buying a half and half scarf. Like, it's like, you know,
why on earth would you?
I don't know. Well, the only reason I can think of is if you're a tourist who's come over from America, paid 300 quid for a ticket, and wants something to remember the one Premier League game you're ever going to go to. But I still don't think there's that many of those types of people. So I think there must be actual City or Arsenal fans buying them. But, you know.
Dear me. Seriously. If you're going to buy one of a tourist, you stick it in a poly bag and you don't wear it on the side of the ground. You just stick it in the
And then and you get it out. You get it out in your basement when you get home.
Yeah, exactly.
When no one's looking.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Oh God.
Yeah, league's not. The league is not done yet. The league is not done yet. There are so many points to be dropped, and we see it every season. You know, with a couple of exceptions like 18-19, we see every season that once the pressure is on, and the pressure now is on Liverpool, Arsenal and City can chase. Arsenal and City can just go in and think, we just win every game. You know, we're not going to win the league, win every game. No, you know, pressure's off. Liverpool now are getting into slippy G territory. They're getting into, you know, they're getting into territory where it's in their hands. It's in their hands. They've got no excuses. They've got easy games. It's in their hands. They should win the league. And if they don't win the league, they're failing.
I'll tell you what, Rich.
That's pressure. That is pressure.
They've done it by playing shit. They've not played well for fucking months. And they're doing it and winning games.
Yeah, character and fitness. You know, the way, and considering that by some legal terms, you know, they've got a team where about 3/4 of them are, you know, partially disabled. It's incredible that they, you know, play with the fitness they do.
Yeah,
absolutely incredible.
It is. They've not played well for ages, and they're still winning. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but have you seen a team like, again? You know, and I'll be fair to them. Have you seen a team play with the energy and the press they played against Anfield? Every other team you ever see drops off, but they were, you know, they were really still showing that fitness, you know, on the final climb as they were earlier in the game. They were just, you know, relentless, and that's what you got to say. That's what Klopp does. Yeah, maybe they'll drop off at the end of the season because they've shot themselves, but Klopp is, you know, they play relentless football when they're up. So you can't rely that they lack a bit of quality, and you saw that yesterday. You know, who goes down at home against a mid-table team that early? You know, you have to have a bit of a lack of quality, but they are going to come back and win those games.
I wish we'd have got one of their players, McAllister.
But the question is, no, I said that. I said that. I think it was just he's the perfect kind of Gundogan replacement.
Absolutely.
6'8", 10", rolled into one. And
Yeah,
I love him as a player. Apart from when he gets facial injuries, when someone's foot goes relatively near his stomach and he goes down like a sack of spuds, but I'll forgive him that.
Yeah. Oh well, it's not the hour changed at the weekend in the UK, didn't it? So, yeah.
I mean, all right. Do you, Rich? Obviously, you said you don't think City are out. Alan, do you think City are out?
I'm hoping
we can win. You can say whatever your opinion is.
No. I don't think we're out. But I do think I'm hoping City win the league, but it's only hope, right? I don't think we will win the league. I don't think we're strong enough.
Okay. Do you think we'll win? How far do you think we'll win the FA Cup?
Well, it's a knockout competition. Anything can happen in a knockout competition. Same with the Champions League. It's now knockouts, isn't it? There's no reason why we can't win either of those two. But you only need moments where to go wrong in a knockout game and you're out, and that's it. So we'll just have to wait and see. I think that Real Madrid will be a tough one, especially if Walker's injured for the rest of the season. Don't like the sound of that. He needs to be fit for that.
Do you know what? I think Akanji's quick and he's a great defender. I mean, I'd like Walker back, but if we can line up with Akanji, Diaz, Stones, and Guardiola, I think we've got enough strength there. I mean, it's them who have to worry about.
Gareth Southgate for that, the prick.
I think you have to blame the players a bit too. Like, I don't necessarily blame Walker. Walker, he can play 2-3 times a week, but I don't know what the thinking was with Stones not having.
That's not cancel culture, I've seen, mate. Come on.
Yeah. Stones should know that
he's a different opinion. Yeah. See, this is what's happening now. We're turning into my opinion's better than your opinion. You're all making your opinions. All I'm saying is calm down a little bit. We're going, I can said it on LBs, we're going A to Z. We're going from we might not win the league to we're absolute garbage and get rid of half of everyone.
We're not garbage. We're third in the table. We're in Champions League spots. We'll definitely get Champions League. But like I said at the start of the season, Martin, I said to you, we're not going to win the league every single season. And I didn't think we had a great transfer window.
We've already won two.
Mate.
Yeah.
No, Jack Lee.
And I think,
oh, look, hang on a minute. He's not included. See, this is my point. We're back to Club World Cup means jack shit now. So
I don't know. I don't know how.
I put the gold badge on it then.
Martin.
Yeah.
No, Alan, don't do that.
Because Martin's the charity shield of Europe.
It's the silly thing is that we have looked so utterly dominant in Europe this season, and in fact, apart from the final in last season, that how anyone could not feel optimistic about us going and winning the Champions League. We're going to be up against clubs, with the exception of Arsenal. We're going to be up against clubs from farmers' leagues, because basically most European football is, apart from Germany, which is actually proving itself a very good league this year.
The Premier League are going to make the Premier League Farmers' League in a few years' time with the rules that they've got.
Well, they might make it a one-team league. But I'm not sure who that one team is going to be. But yeah, no, I think we just absolutely, we aren't favourites for the league anymore. We're second favourites for the league. That's a fact. We're 2-1. 1 in 3 chance. Liverpool are even money, and Arsenal, because of not trying to win, are now third favourites. Which why I think they should have thrown a bit more caution at the win today, because I think not trying to win, if you lose the league by a point, is unforgivable.
Yeah.
If you try and win, and we did try and win today, failing to do it if you try is forgivable. If we lose by a point, we can look back and think, you know, we should have done this, we should have done that. But if Arsenal lose by a point now, and they have to think, oh, if only we tried to win at City, we could have won the league. That's a big call to make. That said, Arsenal could win the league by a point, or win it on goal difference, and that decision by Arteta's right. You know, that decision not to risk losing could win Arsenal the league. So that's going to be them to worry about at the end of the season. We've just got to put our heads down, win 9 games, and, you know, we'll win the league. And stop every other bit of noise around.
LB's just come out with a good one. City need a big summer, and I totally agree with him. We do.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if our next manager will be, you know, advising on who the signings are.
Are we going to get out?
We're going into football terrace now on here. Gee. Right. Anyway, right. Last thing, and then we're going to say everyone is being so emotional tonight, and I think it's not. We're all just going to get very upset. But I do know the 1894 group put this out before the game. Record profits, but record prices. Stop exploiting our loyalty.
Fair enough.
That was sadly. I just need to do something. Hang on a minute.
And Martin, you're putting the prices up for a team that don't try and are utter dross and aren't going to win anything. I mean, shocking.
I do know. I'm just going to make LB a mod. Hang on. I do know that LB's now a mod, so I'll be good. I do know the 1894 were told to take that down by stewards. Now, the excuse that was used was it is blocking the advertisements.
No, it's not.
No. 1894 have come out and said they've had 27 to 28 banners there, and they've never been told to take any of them down. The City Matters group have come out with a statement saying they find it quite well. I will get you the exact statement. What City Matters group? They've demanded a meeting with Manchester City over this. We are aware that we are 894's banner was confiscated prior to kickoff. Given the strength of the concern about the club's ticketing policies amongst the number of supporters, shutting down criticism is extremely worrying. We have asked the club to explain their rationale. So there you go.
There wasn't any swearing in the banner, so I don't see the problem.
LB's put spread censorship. Club's lost its soul. I have applied, or I've now got an application form in to become part of the 1894 group. I've spoke with Dante about it, so I'm going to try and give him a lift and get some open communication going with the club somehow on these things.
They won't listen, mate, unfortunately.
Well, there's no point in me sitting here moaning about it. And listen, I do get it sometimes from the club's point of view. They'll say it's on TV to the world.
Yeah.
It's not a good look from their side. So, but I do think they need to have a little bit of a chat. I've said this loads. It's not about the club being this and club being, it's just about let's have a conversation. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there because everyone is very emotional. They are very angry. They are very upset right now. And I think some of it is because you're looking at it of no other club's been this close to a 4P and we could break records. Somebody mentioned it earlier in the stream. And we're all a bit concerned of, this is our best ever chance of breaking this record.
Very hard to do, and
but is everyone gonna? We did have a little bit of this last year as well. That's the thing. We had a lot of this last year, and then everyone pretended by the end of the season when we won the treble, deleting tweets and pretending
I didn't know that, Paddy.
had an absolute meltdown.
Paddy, can you send me the info for that? Cheers, mate.
I mean, to be fair, Alan, I don't think there's been a Pep title, with the possible except. Actually, no. Even in the Centurion season, I remember taking the piss out of you for thinking we were going to lose the title after United beat us and stuff. But there are you've written off every season I've ever seen, every trophy I've been in I've ever seen at some point. So there are fans like that who you're going to write it off. But that pressure's on Liverpool now. Let's watch them as their sphincters get a bit tighter.
Have they got any hard games between now and the end?
The Villa and Spurs, I think.
They've got Villa away. They've got United at weekend.
Well, have they? At Old Trafford?
Yeah. They've got Spurs as well. So they've got. I mean, there's no easy game as well, and that's the other thing. We're all going to have teams down the bottom who suddenly desperate to stay up, and some of those games suddenly become harder at the end of the season because there's always a couple of teams down the bottom who start beating everyone because they get the Sam Allardyce of the early 2000s kind of winning mentality back at the end of the season, and they win 3 on the trot and get out of relegation. So there's lots to come.
Yeah.
United, I mean, I'm hearing how United now have the best young player in Europe and they're back.
God, I know.
Didn't they concede 35 shots against Brentford or something on Saturday? But, if they play like that against Liverpool, they're going to get 10 past them. But, they might lift the game. They did in the Cup.
Yeah, they did.
Anyway, where is Pat? Pat is working. Anyway, I'm going to say big thank you to everyone. Listen, I believe it ain't over. Call me delusional, whatever you want to do. I don't care. I will back this team. I don't think it's over until it's mathematically. Listen, are we behind the 8 ball a little bit? Of course we are. Are Liverpool favourites? 100%. Because out of the whole thing today, Liverpool were the ones who were the big winners. But we won 2 trophies already. We're in a semi-final. We're in a quarter-final of the Champions League. We're 23 games unbeaten.
Yeah. But, as an Arsenal, for the good of football, have to stop Liverpool because there's 91 clubs whose fans are going to be just the shit. Like, honestly, I watched Klopp after beating Brighton and out of form Brighton at home. Honestly, I've seen less celebrations when people have won 4 Olympic gold medals against the odds than was going from him. I mean, I so hope he dislocates his shoulder and elbow with all that stupid celebrating. You celebrate winning stuff. You don't celebrate like that. Winning a game you were, $1.20 favourites to win. But we can't have that happening. It's just going to be nauseating for the nation and the world. So I think for the good of humanity, either City or Arsenal are going to have to step up because you can't, he's one of the most, he's behaved like a toddler the last month or two. He's been snappy. He's been rude. He's been ignorant. And yeah. Well, no, but just Klopp's behaviour. I think he behaves like a disgrace and gets treated like a saint, and we just can't have that being rewarded. It's just not. It's like he just reminds me a little bit of Donald Trump with his kind of it's just dismissive behaviour.
Americans
are teeth.
Rich Americans are rigging the league anyway, and you've seen it.
Well, they're trying. They're trying
to rig it. They're trying to rig the league, not just this season, but for every season in the future.
Yeah, but we'll see. But
anyway, we could be here all night. Right, I'm going to say big thank you to everyone to join us. Give it a like, or if you don't like it, just I'm too happy clapping for you, whatever you want. I'm now going to go on to Never a Foul. That's going to be fun. My 4th stream of the night.
Jesus Christ.
There will be no streams tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm having 2 days off. All of us have been going at it hell for leather for the last few weeks. I'm having 2 days off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm having 2 days off. We'll be back.
That means there'll be spaces on Twitter by tomorrow night.
No, tomorrow night we'll do a Twitter space. I'll do a Twitter space tomorrow. But
just here, you know,
here on the channel, you won't see us till Wednesday nights. Look, LB's put Martin on each Tuesday. What for?
Yeah.
Right, I'm on
one thing, Martin. One thing quickly. Liverpool, in a couple of weeks' time, Liverpool have 4 away games in 9 days.
What, Django? What did you need to Tuesday, bro?
That's not going to be easy. Be a sacrificial lamb.
No, if LB you need me, let me know, mate. But anyway, yes.
That means he's on Tuesday. He's on.
We'll be back on the channel Wednesday. Have a lovely rest of your bank holiday. Happy Easter Sunday to everyone. Man City versus Aston Villa combined 11.
Yeah.
I'll just put all 11 Villa players in. Wear a bag of shit. Martinez, who plays left back for Villa, who plays right back, who just put the Villa team in. We're crap. So yes, so much playing. But I hope you've all had a lovely Easter Sunday. I know the results not spin you down. I know you're all emotional. I know you're all upset, but never give up. We've come back from worse, and I know it may not happen this season, but if it don't happen, it don't happen. We'll come back stronger next season. I don't know why Alan's doing that on the stream. Jesus.
I'm eating a snake. I'm eating a snake. Snakes, look.
Didn't look like that. Give it a big thumbs up. Stick around. This will redirect straight to Never a Foul. And I'm going to argue with some Arsenal fans now. But big up Rich, big up Alan. And big up everyone in the thing. If you are new, subscribers, we try and get to 5K. I know we've gone past the 4K. We're not even there. Try and get to 5K by May 2024. Big ask, but you don't set targets. You never dream, dear. But see you all on the next one.
I give up. I'm giving up on that now, Martin. We're just not good enough. Yeah, I think we're out of form.
Don't do that, Rich. Bye.
Pat and Ozzy are in.
We're awful.